Hello, I'm reading Evie, and I'm
No, she's not.
I'm at his workbench. Ha ha ha. I'm here to talk about The Ghost and the Birthday Boy by, any guess? Bobbi Holmes. Number 28 of Haunting Danielle. So close. Got like 10 more. Haha. Lily and Ian's family come to Frederickport to celebrate Connor's first birthday. Yay. Birthday is capitalized. Is birthday usually capitalized? Bringing the in-laws together is not always easy, especially when uninvited guests from the spirit realm show up. Dun dun dun. Adam finally proposed to Melanie. I didn't think it would ever happen. Because he said he didn't want to get married. And they finally are going to get married. They still aren't. I'm a couple books ahead, but whatever. It hasn't, I don't think, been like a long time jump. So, it's been like a few days, I think. So, it makes sense. John and June, who are Ian's parents, Ian and that one Kelly, the one character I don't really like. They're their parents, are moving to Frederickport as a surprise. Oh no. Especially because Lily kept like saying that, oh well, they're just here temporarily. Oh well. And then it would go to John and June who are like, we're moving! Haha! It's like, oh god. And they bought Marymore, which is, I don't know if I've mentioned it in the book before. Or in the videos, I mean. But it was mentioned, the Leprechaun. Yeah, so I think I did. If you watched my The Ghost and the Leprechaun video, it was the insane asylum, basically. That's obviously been shut down for a few years. So they bought that property, which was haunted. And June is complaining about the tattoo that was forced upon Lily. Ew. And she kept like, oh, well, she should have just gotten it removed. And John, was that his name? Yeah. John was like, oh, well, they said it would leave a big scar. So, that's why they just covered it up. She was like, oh, well, a scar would have been better than a tattoo. Can you imagine how embarrassed Connor will be? I'm like, he's not going to be embarrassed about a tattoo because this isn't the 1920s. Walt. Maybe her and Walt would get along. Oh my god. It's just gross. I did not like her. They're wanting to buy a haunted property, an old insane asylum. Forgot I brought that up. Adam is now sort of a believer in ghosts. He and Melanie went to the property at night to get over his fear of his childhood when he thought it was haunted. And they went at night because, it's associated with ghosts and all that. And they had a pipe be thrown at them. Well, technically almost fell on Melanie. So now they're a believer. They went to Lucy's Diner? Mel's Diner? No, it's not Mel's Diner. What's the diner? I'm gonna kick myself. Oh well, they went to the popular diner that Carla works at. And saw Walt and Danny there. Oh god, I'm forgetting everybody's name. And so they started talking about it and all, and so he might be a believer now. She didn't tell him everything, but why is everyone considering everything? Pick a new phrase. That is to the author. Pick a new phrase. It's every other line. It's every other line. Oh, she considered the question. He considered the statement. They consider this, they consider that. I'm like, it happens every time. Make it stop, please. And it's the audiobook, so I can't just skim over it. Like, and it's still happening. I need to make a drinking game or keep a count of how many times somebody considered something. Stop it. Lily's parents brought a ghost with them. Lily had an imaginary friend too, so that's sad. Now he's playing with Connor. It's clearly a kid. Poor thing. The kid's name is Rupert. It sounds like he may have followed them home from the hospital, maybe. He was talking about babies being wrapped up tightly. I wonder if they brought home a toy from the hospital, because there's a toy that now Connor is playing with, and it sounds like that's why Rupert is now there instead of at Lily's parents' home. It was not the toy. It's actually quite sadder. So Lily, at a young age, said that Rupert told her to put all of her stuffed toys in the bathtub for a bath. So Tammy got upset naturally. Tammy, her mother, got upset naturally and told her to put all the toys in a box and said Rupert had to go too, thinking it was just an imaginary friend. So he's been stuck in the box the whole time because he didn't realize he could just leave the box. And so then they brought the box to Lily and Ian's. So sad. The poor little boy. He died shortly before his 8th birthday of a heart disease. The same day Lily was born. So he did follow them from the hospital. Poor Jane. Danny found out and called Lily to tell her and said that she can help him move on. So she went into the nursery and Rupert and Marie was there. She told a story about her special friend. I had to admit the story was making me cry. It's about to make me cry thinking of it. I was like, oh. If it wasn't so long, I would have probably typed it up and say it here. But I don't think I could get through it without crying anyways. I'm so sad. I was more interested in this side story than I was the main story. I barely wrote any of that down. Joe had an ancestor who was a patient at the asylum, not sure which one yet. And I totally forgot to write down the name, so whatever. It wasn't that important. It was just interesting. It actually came from money too. She was one of the rich patients, so somewhere along the line they lost that money, Poor Joe. Rupert found his mother, and they're moving on now. The universe basically brought Rupert to them because his mother had just died, a week, or basically a week, or that week, from when they found Rupert. So it was too much of a coincidence. They were like, okay. And they also moved to Oregon. They lived in a completely different state altogether. I think California, maybe. I remember at the beginning of the series, Lily lived in California. I don't know if that's where she is from. But, yeah, so it was just too many coincidences. So it had to be the universe. Suspicious. Laura, who is Lily's sister, followed Danny and Walt to the Marymore property and caught them talking to ghosts. Yeah. So she sorta, no, I don't think they told her anything yet. I can't remember. Lily talked to her, but excuse me. Danny and Walt helped all the ghosts from the asylum move on. That was basically all I put for that main storyline. Was their ghost. Oh well. Like I said, I was more interested in Rupert. It was so sad. That was actually all my notes on the ghost and the birthday boy. They never did have a birthday party, which I thought was weird. Oh well. Whatever, I guess. But Connor is now 1. Yay. And June and John now live with, in the same town, not with them. But it's like, well. And that's all my notes on the ghost and the birthday boy. Stay tuned for the rest of the series.